What's up, decoders? Welcome back to the channel. Big news last night. This is a quick live stream. I'm going to have another longer live stream for you tonight. As I promised, I have a 322 Skull and Bones Knights Templar decode for you guys tonight. But I wanted to cover this in a separate video because I don't want to talk about, we'll cover more with George Foreman tonight in the live stream, but I wanted to just hit the main points because this is such an obvious death here, and I just really needed to put these things together. So this is going to be a quick 10-15 minute live stream. We're going to go over George Foreman's death right before Skull and Bones Day, 322, and then tonight we're going to hit the other decode. Okay, so I'm not going to be interacting with the chat, but to those of you who are in the chat, please hit the like buttons. Thank you guys so much for coming, and let's get right into it. So here we go. George Foreman dies at 76 years old last night, one day before Skull and Bones Day, 322. Okay, today is March 22nd, 322. The number of Skull and Bones, Yale University, the Brotherhood of Death. Okay, so George Foreman dies in connection to Skull and Bones, right? So he dies at 76, guys, 76. And he dies in connection to Donald Trump, and he dies in connection to Skull and Bones, okay? And notice that he died at 76, and Skull and Bones equals 76 in the same cipher as Donald John Trump, okay? Now, he had 76 fights in his career that he won. Look at this right here. He won 76 fights, guys, and he dies at 76, okay? Now, as I told you, he dies right before Skull and Bones Day, Skull and Bones 76. All right. So his last fight, sorry about the loud cars, guys. His last fight, let me bring it up here. Foreman versus Briggs. His last fight, my friends, was in Trump. Let's find it here. Why is it not showing where it was? Hold on. Right here, venue. Okay, George Foreman's last fight took place in Trump Taj Mahal on November 22nd, 1997, guys. So it took place in Trump Taj Mahal on the death anniversary of JFK. Now, we just had Trump release the JFK files, right? So George Foreman dies on the anniversary of JFK in the Trump Taj Mahal. All right, so let's bring up the most important part to this. If you go to Sumerian Gematria, okay? Again, this is just a quick summary of what I found so far. If you go to the basic two ciphers, the ordinal cipher and then the Sumerian cipher times 6, okay? You're going to get the reason why all this happened together, okay? Remember, George Foreman died right before Skull and Bones Day, 322, right? And the nickname for Skull and Bones is Brotherhood of Death, okay? His last fight was on November 22nd, the anniversary of JFK, 11/22, and it was in Trump Taj Mahal, okay? Look at the gematria. Look at the gematria of these things, man. What is George Foreman famous for more than anything? The George Foreman Grill equals Brotherhood of Death and JFK assassination. Now, not only does it equal JFK assassination and Brotherhood of Death, it equals 11/22 in Sumerian. What day did JFK get taken out? 11/22. What day was George Foreman's last fight in the Taj Mahal, Trump's Taj Mahal? It was 11/22. George Foreman Grill, 11/22. He's most famous for that grill. I mean, he's famous for being a boxer, but a lot of people who are not boxing fans, they know his My brother in the chat, Casey Golfing, is saying Alexander Ovechkin scored his 888th goal last night. He's 7 away from the record. Ovechkin is 39 years old, 187 days today. Wow. That's crazy, man. So I might have to talk about that more tonight with the Ovechkin thing. But yeah, but guys, George Foreman dead at 76, Skull and Bones 76. But let's just lay it all out one last time here. Again, this is not going to be a long decode. I want to cover this just here, okay? So, and big shout out to Joseph Aquaviva, who's in the chat. I want you guys to notice the gematria of Kennedy files and George Foreman. So Trump just released the Kennedy files. Again, George Foreman's last match was in Trump Taj Mahal on Kennedy's death anniversary, 11/22. He just released the Kennedy files, and Kennedy files equals George Foreman in 2 ciphers, man. Also, that 60 right there is the same cipher as Donald Trump. Okay? So we have this 60 here, and the 60th election just happened with Trump. Yeah, and the grill, he sold his grill rights as Joseph is explaining. He sold his grill rights. Let me see if I can pull it up here. George Foreman, grill rights, 138. Let me just bring it up. All right, right here. George Foreman grill had resulted in sales of 100 million units since it was first launched, a feat which achieved in a little over 15 years. Although Foreman never confirmed exactly how much he earned from the endorsement, Sultan Inc. paid $138 million in 1999. Guys, $138 million. What's the gematria of Donald Trump? Not only does George Foreman equal Donald Trump in Kennedy files, he sold his grill rights for $138 million. Donald Trump, 138 in basic gematria, okay? And again, the biggest thing is here, the casino where he had his last match literally had Trump written on it, man. How can the world not see this? Please hit the like buttons, guys. Like, again, one day before Skull and Bones, his last fight is in the Trump Taj Mahal, okay? And then it all connects to JFK because his last fight was on the JFK anniversary. It's just too perfect, man. 11/22 was his last fight. And as I showed you, 11/22 is an important number with the gematria here because 11/22 is the gematria of JFK assassination, George Foreman grill, and Brotherhood of Death, okay? Joseph saying he Olympic medal in 68 with 68 knockouts. Donald John Trump equals 68. Yep. Trump assassination 68. Yeah. So what I'm saying, guys, and George Foreman does equal 222, right? Joseph, I'm sure will cover that. But again, I don't want to make this too long. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to cover here. Hold on. Again, guys, Skull and Bones, Brotherhood of Death. And don't forget the 187s, okay? The 187s. The 187 is the homicide code, right? JFK assassination 187, Brotherhood of Death 187, George Foreman grill 187, right? So, and that, again, that's the homicide code. That's the police code for homicide. And again, this all happens on the eve. We were expecting something connected to 322 Skull and Bones. Let's just see how many days it was after the birthday of Skull and Bones here. Oh, how about that? 163 days, guys, after the Skull and Bones day. And why is that important? Well, 163 is the 38th prime, and the word death equals 38, right, in basic gematria. So 163, the 38th prime after the Skull and Bones birthday. And yeah, right before Skull and Bones Day. Let's see, hold on. Also notice the 299. Even look at this. Even the 187 and 299. Brotherhood of Death equals George Foreman Grill in 2 ciphers. So 71 days from his birthday, Joseph says boxer equals 71. Let me bring up Joseph's comments here. Thank you, Joseph. 71 days from his birthday, boxing equals 71, boxer 71. So that's a huge one. And yeah, don't sleep on the fact that this is probably tied to Barack Obama also. Barack Obama equals 76, like Donald John Trump, like George Foreman, or not George Foreman, but Brotherhood of, or Skull and Bones equals 76. And don't forget, George Foreman is African American. The number 76 is hugely tied to African Americans. The word slave equals 76. The word Negro equals 76. Blues, like the black music, blues equals 76. Rasta, another black term, equals 76. Remember, in Leave the World Behind, they had to take exit 76. That's Barack Obama's movie. Barack Obama equals 76, okay? So him dying at 76 is a Skull and Bones and African-American riddle. He died in Houston, Texas. So this is tied to Kamala Harris, I believe, because Houston is in Harris County. And who lost to Donald Trump last year in the 60th election? Well, it was Kamala Harris. Harris County is Houston, okay? And look again, again, guys, he had 76 wins in his career. He dies at 76, Skull and Bones 76. So just so perfect. And there's way more to cover here, but again, guys, I have another. Again, the big point here is his last fight, okay? His last fight was in the Trump Taj Mahal, man, on 11/22. I mean, how perfect is that? And it's just wild, man. Like, so I think I'm going to end it here. But again, tonight I have a 322 decode for you all about Skull and Bones and the Knights Templar. I didn't want to have too much George Foreman stuff in that decode tonight because I have so much other stuff I want to talk about. But I'm sure we will touch on George Foreman more tonight. Also, Joseph Aquaviva will be live, I imagine, in very, very soon, he said. So if you guys want more of Joseph's thing, Joseph, when will you be live? Again, guys, we got to spread this word because, I mean, this is, again, perfect timing for this to happen. And if you guys didn't catch my post here, I also made a post about it in my community section. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, so George Foreman. So George Foreman was born on January 10th, 1949, okay? Joseph's live in 45 minutes. Donald Trump was born in 1946 on June 14th. And George Foreman was born on January 10th, 1949, okay? So George Foreman and Donald Trump were born 941 days apart, guys. And remember, I told you this is all connected to the JFK assassination, right? Because his last fight was on the JFK assassination anniversary. So look at this, 941 days between Trump and Foreman. What is this, man? 160 prime days apart. Why is 160 so important here? Look at this. In basic simple gematria, assassination 160, man. You're telling me these two guys that just George Foreman, who just died in connection to the JFK files, he's born 941 days apart from Trump, which is 160 prime, which is the gematria, the basic gematria of assassination. All right, so wow, even their birthdays, man. And again, his last fight was in Trump Taj Mahal. And, you know, I did take a measurement from his last fight, 1997, 11:22. Oh, I forgot to mention, George Foreman was born in Lunation 322, guys. I forgot to totally mention that. Remember, they count the moon lunations. Ever since 1923, they count the number of the new moons. What lunation was George Foreman born in? That's why these lunations are so important. I don't see enough people pointing to these. But George Foreman was born in lunation 322, guys. Of all lunations, lunation 322. I mean, drop the mic. Can I get some mind blowns in the chat that George Foreman was born in lunation 322? And he died right before 322 in connection to Skull and Bones, the order 322. So again, guys, these lunations are no joke. More people need to focus on the lunation numbers when people are born, because it literally tells you right here. So yeah, I mean, wow. And so if we go from his last fight to the day he died, yesterday, notice it was exactly 338 lunar phases. So we're measuring with the moon again. Remember, he's born in lunation, the moon lunation 322. He died exactly 338 lunar phases after his last fight. Again, what's 38, man? Death. Death equals 38. He died 338 lunar phases after his last fight. He died 119 days after the anniversary of his last fight. Donald equals 119. He died 9981 after his last fight. Now this is connected to what happened with Ovechkin last night, because my buddy KC Golfing in the chat told me that Alexander Ovechkin scored his 888th NHL goal yesterday. And this connects to, I'm not going to get into that, but the point is, this is how many days after his last fight he died. 9981. What's 9 times 9, guys? It's 81. 9 times 9 equals 81, right? What's President Trump equal? Whoops. President Trump has that 81, okay? So again, we could talk more about this, but I think it's pretty clear. All right. So if you guys missed the beginning, please go back and watch. He dies connected to all Skull and Bones and Trump and JFK. And make sure you guys go check out Joseph's video in a few minutes. He'll be live. And tonight I have a huge decode. Skull and Bones 322. Oh, he had 81 fights. That's right. He had 81 fights. That's what it was. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, he died 9981 days after his last fight. 9 times 9 equals 81. So 9 times 9 is 81. 81. He had 81 total fights in his career. Okay. So that's a good point. Anyways, have a good rest of your day, guys. Somebody's saying lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine. Really? What is that? Lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine, huh? Lean, mean, fat reducing, trimming the fat, man. Oh, look at that. Mean, green, fat reducing equals 83, like Brotherhood of Death. Wow, equals 83, like Brotherhood of Death. Is that one of his catchphrases? Lean, mean, fat reducing? Yeah, lean, mean, fat reducing equals 83, like murder, like Brotherhood of Death. Wow. Lean, mean, fat reducing, 83. They're trimming the fat, guys. You get it? Are they telling us that they're about ready to trim the fat? Lean, mean, fat reducing, 83, like murder, like brotherhood of death. Wow. Can't believe it. All right. So actually, the full title is Lean, Mean, Fat Reducing Grilling Machine. Yeah, it equals pi, man. It equals pi. We just had the pi blood moon. He died 7 days after the pi blood moon. Equals 314. Lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine. So this was a blood moon death right here. Definitely. How about that? So good one. Thank you guys for adding some good ones there. Thank you, KC Golfing, brother. Much love to you. Much love to everyone in the chat. We're going to hang this up now, and we'll see you guys later tonight, okay? All right. Much love. God bless.